Hello, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the BlazeCast, a fast and furious look at the Shanghai Major Group Stage. Here in Group A, Round 1, we've got MVP.Phoenix versus EHOME, where MVP are the significant underdogs to what some would consider the favorite of the tournament. So going into it, we're going to be seeing a kind of pick-off-oriented lineup where MVP really need to make sure their disables connect. The arrow, the skill shot, very important in this game, and we're actually going to see this in First Blood, where we just get the Astral Imprisonment to make that arrow an easy pick onto Old 11. He's playing the Faceless Void, who is normally a very survivable hero, but an ability like Time Walk gets shut down pretty hard by long-duration disables, and the arrow is a perfect example of that. In the meantime, EHOME are going to be running a bit of a teamfight-oriented lineup. Obviously, the Chronosphere and the Supernova have some good synergy, but nothing else really keeps that Supernova safe. So they're going to really have to start off with a good initiation, which generally comes down to the combination of the Invest Bomb with the puck. But we're actually going to be seeing Forev here getting caught out a little bit. Can't TP due to the threat of the Frostbite from Lanham, and that's going to be actually his death. He went for the Magic Wand early instead of Boots of Speed, which makes things a little bit more difficult for him, even though, yeah, he's got the camp unlocked. He's able to tap into that side creep camp. Anyways, looking over at mid here, we're going to be seeing an attempt onto Old Chicken's life. Obviously, the supports want to get involved, but it's very difficult with the puck being so evasive from ganking supports. Either way, though, QO, now that he's hit level 3 and level 5, he's getting a lot stronger in this laning configuration because the Flame Guard and the Steering Chains get so much better as you level up. So he's going to be able to kind of handle himself against the puck now that he's got some levels. And Old 11 actually gets caught out here. That's going to be him getting caught out just by the Magic Missile arrow. And again, long duration disables that combo. And oh no! And Astral Imprisonment into another arrow, and down the Void will go. So this tower's taking massive damage. This OD is getting massive farm. MP's just getting some really easy pickups here. In the meantime, though, Puck, he's going to have to build himself up for that Blink Dagger quick, because again, those Invest Bombs are going to be really important. It's very difficult for the Lifestealer to stay on target unless he's kind of thrown into the thick of things, but for now, at least, you've got the max Sunray on the Phoenix, so what that means is that he's going to be able to do a lot of damage to this Enchantress, despite the Untouchable, as you see there. Also, CTY maxing the Rage allows him to avoid the Untouchable and get that bonus attack speed. I'm going to see an attempted on mid here, and it is going to be successful. They're going to be able to combo things up nicely when the orb's on cooldown, and down the puck will go for a 4-2 kill advantage. MVP really controlling these lanes well. I mean, the Void has gotten very little, the puck is being suppressed, and hell, the Mirana already has Arcane Boots, so she is looking really good. Febby on point with his early movement here, just getting the arrows to connect, and that's really what you need to do as a Mirana, is to catch your enemy off guard. Vision is a key part of that. We're actually going to see QO scout himself into a tough spot, but he's going to be able to remnant himself away, and it looks like he'll be fine. Smoke movement up top, but nothing to kill. Old Chicken really hungry. I mean, look at his net worth. He's only at 2,800 here, barely above the Mirana. He really needs to come back quickly in this game, and we're going to see that net worth transfer even further into MVP's favor with the third Tier 1 tower kill of the game already, 10 minutes in. They are turning what is a gank lineup into a push lineup just from the sheer nature of how ruthless they're being on the battlefield. QO going to get caught by an Infest Bomb, but it's not going to be enough to lock down the Ember Spirit for long. He'll remnant out. Now they're remnanting in, diving deep and killing off Lanham. The Drums of Endurance allowing MP to be very aggressive, but now the tables have turned. The Chronosphere comes out. They kill off the OD. QO, however, will be able to remnant out and will survive, at least until he farms some creeps, and then gets caught out by that remnant, or the Dream Coil. There's going to be a kind of nearly blind arrow into the puck. They see him with this Observer Ward coming in. He does not see them, and they catch him with the arrow, which sets up the Roche. So now Roche and Aegis in OD's pocket. We're going to be seeing MVP kind of surge forward, look for some 5-man plays. We, however, do have a pretty big smoke maneuver, but the Moonlight Shadow is going to disrupt things, and they're just going to be in full retreat. EHOME are trying to kind of rally themselves. Really wanted a quick and easy opening there, but just couldn't find it. In the meantime, though, MVP regroup, and we're going to slow things down a little bit here. Back down from 4x speed to 1x to check out this fight in its fullest. Looks like MP is going to be the target here as Old Chicken jumps on top of him, but he's still got that Aegis, that second life, and the arrow will just go right into the puck, so Old Chicken is down quick. There's going to be a great Supernova coming out, though. That's going to kill off the Enchantress, and the Chronosphere will make sure it pops on the OD as well. So they will get 1 life from this OD. Dubu going to be going down as well. This is a lot of lives lost for MVP, but main damage dealers are still here. QO and MP come in swinging, and with that Santa's Eclipse, they're able to do some massive damage. A great mech from Febby keeps MP alive, and they're able to control the Lifestealer when the Rage expires. diving in a little bit deeper here. They're going to be able to bring down Kaka as well, and that is going to be a massive fight for MVP. Some parts were still well executed by EHOME, but it just wasn't enough, unfortunately. They break the Aegis, but it's a 1450 gold swing in favor of MVP here in the mid-game, where I would say EHOME are supposed to be at their strongest, but with the puck still without a Blink Dagger, it's really hard to make that argument. Dubu getting some good wards down here. They really know that their next objective is the tier 2 tower, so they can find a pickoff around there. They can easily transition it into the objective, which so far has been the overall game plan of MVP. Kill into push. We're going to see Phoenix still go for the Hand of Midas, trying to get that Supernova up to level 2 and 3. It's kind of hard against all these ranged heroes to really keep that egg up, unless the Chrono is perfect. But in the meantime, Old 11 here, just trying to get anything. I mean, he has the Vlads, but he really needs a Blink Dagger, to be honest. And actually just going to get caught. Another Astral, another Arrow, and with 40 seconds on his death timer, they'll go ahead right to the top lane. So, very confidently pushing out all the outer towers here. We're going to see Lifesteal still TP in. They want to get involved in this, and they do have the Invest Bump. Puck with the Blink Dagger. There's going to be the jump, but Old Chicken just gets destroyed before he can even cast a spell, and they lose 3 heroes and when the Chronosphere comes out. So just trying to pick up the pieces of a lost team fight, it's just too much for them to handle. We're going to see Old 11 also get caught out by an arrow on the tail end of this. Not even sure why he was there without a Chrono. Maybe looking for a cheeky deny, but instead it's just arrow after arrow connecting on target after target. Febby so on point with all these pickoffs. And suddenly 2 tier 2 towers are gone, with MVP only losing 1 tier 1. Oh man, right now net worth is showcasing a 10k advantage for MVP. They're going in on Old Chicken again. Looks like they won't be able to follow through on that one, but down bottom QO gets to be as aggressive as he wants to. And at this point in the game, MVP could probably just fall back and farm if they wanted to. They've got so many camps under their control. They've got just map dominance at this point, and they've got some good late game heroes, but no need for it. They'll just go right in here. We're going to see a Chronosphere on Forev, but they just can't focus an Enchantress at this stage in the game, and QO will clean up 2 heroes on the backline. 3 as he sleight of fists down the Lifestealer. So that's going to be a triple kill for him. That's going to be an easy tier 2 tower for MVP, and they can just go right into the Roche Pit. Untouchable, Arrow, and Wave of Terror is going to make this a very easy Roshan, and the Aegis will actually go to the Ember Spirit this time. He's about to pick up his Daedalus. That's going to be a huge amount of damage coming out, but Courier flying out actually gets picked up by the Ancients, and that's going to be the recipe stuck on the Courier. Oh well, we're going to see this fight still nevertheless take place, and MP with the new BKB just goes in, kills off the Supernova, and decimates the opposition. Really clear-cut victory for MVP, showcasing that they have the potential to make any lineup work. I mean, this was kind of a lineup that didn't have great AoE control, but they were still able to kite very effectively with things like Leap, with the Nether Swap, obviously the Ember Spirit's mobility tools. They're able to really keep themselves away from the Lifestealer and make sure that CTY doesn't have an impact. He didn't get a single kill this game, and neither did the Puck. By shutting down the Void and the Puck and having the heroes to deal with the Lifestealer, MVP take a 26-minute win against a team that they were the underdogs against. So 1-0 in this best-of-3 series here in the first match of the group stage of the Shanghai Major Group A, and MVP just looking really dominant. The Febby, my MVP for sure, able to do so much work with the Mirana, 2-0 and 12, gets up some great utility items as well that turn fights, and he, just set up so many kill opportunities. MP obviously set him up in a lot of ways with the Astral, but he was always there to follow through. The community does give QO the MVP. Obviously, he was able to do a lot of work, but it really was on the back of his support. So well played to MVP as a whole. And let's go ahead and check out Game 2 of the best of 3 to see how EHOME respond. And now here we are in the second game of the Shanghai Major Group A match between EHOME and MVP. Here, round 1, we've got a draft from MVP.Phoenix that's much more around mobility as well as long range of initiation, and from EHOME that's much more about creating space for the Morphling. Again, EHOME are down 1-0 to MVP, and they need this win to not be forced into lower bracket early. So, jumping into the game itself, at times for speed, We're going to be seeing some emphasis placed here on the top lane. Lanham's already going to get the early observer ward down, but the important thing in general is just that we're going to be seeing a lot of sentries coming out from Dubu and Febby to start things off. They really want to make sure that this Brood does not have a safe and easy time farming and harassing the offlane. And of course, they've already got some great AoE spells to deal with it. Of course, you've got QO's Dark Pact, you've got the Thunderstrike, so the Spiders should not have too easy of a time. The Invoker is actually going to be going for Wex this game, so he's going to be able to deal with this Batrider very directly with the Magic Wand that he'll get very early. Like, he's already got 12 stacks of this wand. It's going to be maxed out pretty quickly. It just shows that now you can go for that Tornado Disruptor combo, and you can set up things that way. Old Eleven's actually going to be able to pick up a Sentry Ward here, but it gets traded kind of back the other way conveniently, and he's going to have to stick to the western part of the tree line here. So Old Eleven's got his work cut out for him, but in the meantime, down bottom, there is going to be heavy pressure on Forev. He's already actually been forced back to base once, but they didn't have the snowball, so he's able to teleport out. So we're going to see the Phoenix forced to the top lane here and trying to help the Broodmother out, and it seems like MVP still have pretty good control of this lane. And in the meantime, the Batrider really just not able to go toe-to-toe with the Invoker too directly, as you see, is already at a net worth disadvantage. So right now, Old Eleven trying to get a Sentry Ward down. That's cleaned up pretty quickly, and Old Eleven will actually be the first blood. Glimpse, however, will not secure the kill onto Kaka with that Icarus dive out. So all in all, just a tough laning configuration with so many sentries down. The Broodmother, in my mind, would be better off jungling, but Old Eleven is going to force the issue here and try to still stay involved on this top lane, and unfortunately that means he just gets killed off again. At least this time he does get a return kill on the Disruptor, and he does force Forev to TP up, but that's just going to turn into some classic Furion push, which means an early tier 1 tower kill for him. In the meantime, Doob is getting some experience bottom. Actually, Broodmother did pick up the Nature's Prophet, but trades his life in the process under this Sentry Ward. So, dives for it, gets a kill. I guess that's worth it, but even still, it's been a hard time for Old Eleven here, and we're just going to see some pressure down bottom. Some early movement here, only killing off a Replicant, but MVP looking to once again show dominance across the map. QO here on the top lane farming up some spiders, while his team is pushing the bottom tier 1 and getting gold for him that way. So, it's going to be the Batrider pick up the Blink Dagger here. Old Chicken really relying on initiation to start creating space. There are tools to break it like Swap and Glimpse, but CTY is going to be caught by a nice little Glimpse combo after the Tornado, and Waveform won't be enough to get him out. In the meantime, QO here under pressure. They're going to jump in, but he's just going to Dark Pact off the Flaming Lasso, and he'll be fine as well. So this is just heavy pressure coming in bottom lane. They'll take the tier 2 bottom, rotate top, and although it looks like Febby will go down here, overall, MVP are just showing that they're able to get the higher priority kills, and they're not only able to push, but they're going to be able to build a ton of momentum behind it with 2 Midases coming out. One on the Slark at 6.5 minutes, and now one on the Invoker here. The Invoker is able to kind of go for this Midas into 4-staff build that he ends up going. Nice little pick up there on the Batrider. And we'll actually slow things down a little bit here to see this exchange in the top rune area, as the Sunray actually does a lot of work healing up the Tusk, delaying his death, and getting some good damage on the Nature's Prophet, who does end up going down to the spawn Spiderlings. But you get your mobile heroes rotating quickly from the top lane to the top rune spawn, and you've got yourself a numbers advantage. Just a high mobility Wex Invoker, and of course the Slark with that Shadow Dance with now Blink Dagger is able to move so quickly across the map, and it's hard to take a fight where they won't be able to reinforce. Smoke coming through here on the mid lane, and they will get the Blink Dagger on cooldown, so Old Chicken will go down as well. And this is going to be really good for MVP. I mean, a massive kill advantage. Now QO almost kills off the Brood. Nice snowball keeps him alive. But even still, QO has just been able to do so much work. And in the meantime, MVP have actually picked up the Morphling with a big Disruptor combo. And the Roshan, the objectives, they always keep that in mind, especially with a Vengeful Spirit on their team. They have a Roche focus. They have an objective focus. So they get the Aegis on the Slark. And for 4 more minutes here, they're going to be able to be very aggressive, very involved. And actually with a Glimpse, they're going to be picking off Old Eleven. So MVP really on point as far as finding these pickoffs here. The Disruptor is really on the top of his game, and he already goes for a Gem of True Sight. So just fully committed to punishing the Broodmother pick and to getting involved here. We're going to see the death of both the Morphling and the Batrider there, and that's just really punishing. Tier 2 tower going to be going down as well, and The Aegis was forced out here from the Slark, but, I mean, it's just a tool for them to build the momentum and to build Q off. He's got 10k net worth right now over the Morphling 6k, because the Morphling is not safe to farm until he gets at least the Linked Sphere, which, of course, has been taking some time here. He's been picked off a couple of times. Most of the Static Storm Glimpse responsible for that. We're actually going to see a flank here. Old Chicken will be picked off. They'll even go on the eastern tree line, but TPs will be successful. So yeah, CTY is really just desperate for some extra items to build himself up. I think he still needs to go BKB after the Lincolns, but for now, just one step at a time. Slark picking up a Scotty is insane. He can be so aggressive and just punish his opponents. Like, we see Old Chicken getting glimpsed, getting punished, and at this point, with the Alacrity, the Slark can do a lot of damage to the Tier 3. Old 11 will commit hard onto Dubu, but despite the BKB, will be punished by that Scotty under the Sentry Ward. So they reclaim their gem, they take the Tier 3 tower, and MVP back out. Man, this Slark is just dominant right now. He's got 703 KDA, he's top of last hits, and not only does he have the Alacrity to boost his attack speed, but he's going to go for a Moon Shard later, which will be great. We're actually going to slow things down here as they do commit some spells onto the Replicant. We're going to see a fight go a little bit back and forth. Early on, they kill off the Bat Rider and the Tusk, but a big Sunray came out in the process there and was able to not only heal EHOME up and delay those deaths, but get a lot of damage out against MVP. So they will clean up Febby here, and although the Supernova's popped and broken, it leaves QO in a very awkward position here, and he's going to be cleaned up as well with no cooldowns remaining. So we see the death of some major heroes here, even a triple kill for Old 11, who had been dominated in the top lane, had been feeding so much, and look at this fight recap. He just got almost 2,000 gold from that, an overall 3,700 gold swing for EHOME, and a bit of a resurgence in terms of their item pool. Like, the Brood now has BKB and 3,400 gold to go for her next item pickup, and just in general, like, that's what you need to come back in a game like this. It's just some really I wouldn't even say it was a bad play from MVP. It's just EHOME were able to outposition, and we're kind of forcing MVP into a funnel. So they get quite a bit out of it on the side of EHOME, but still MVP will take the next Roshan. And with that second Aegis on QO, and the Hyperstone now picked up for him, Slark is ready to roll, ready to do some major damage. The Morphling does have that Lincoln's plus 3,300. They'll go for a smoke play, and they'll see what they can accomplish here. Looks like they're just trying to bait the Morphling, but that's not going to be successful. It's just going to be MVP taking the objective focus again, taking the top tier 2, and moving forward onto the high ground here. So Slark regenerating outside the base, doing poking and prodding at the tier 3 tower, but it's just not hurting him too much with the passive. Oh man, and this is huge. CTY just goes for a snipe on the tier 1 tower and mismanages his Replicant. He didn't realize the MVP were flanking it, and as soon as he jumps to the back to the Replicant, he is glimpsed back and killed off. So that's actually a huge pickup, which even with the buyback, it might not have been a successful fight, but here we see QO going in the front line with Alacrity, with that Moonshard, with full HP, and that Aegis to boot. And he's going to be able to just jump on the back line, kill off the Brood, kill off the Egg, kill off everyone. And that is going to be MVP running over the Radiant base. EHOME have nothing left in the tank. They have lost just way too much. It's a 24-9 kill score with every tower, every Roche going in favor of MVP. And they're able to, as we're going to see, 2-0 EHOME, the team that was favored for a better part of the entire tournament. MVP, the underdogs, who nobody really expected that much out of, and here they are. Phoenix are able to take it, and EHOME are going to be sent to the lower bracket of Group A. So that's the first round, that's the first match, and this is my first attempt at doing this whole BlazeCast thing. So if you like the faster tempo, just getting the quick and dirty highlights of the games here for the Shanghai Major. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at BlazeCasting. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel under the same name. And please just let me know feedback. More than anything is just comment or throw me a message on Twitter. And I would love to hear what you have to say about the format, because it's something that I've been thinking about doing for a little while, but I'm not sure if it's what people want to see. So let me know. Anyways, of course, beyond that, match MVP. I will give it to QO. I will agree with that one. QO was massive this game, was able to do so much work. It was, of course, on the back of his supports like Dubu finding so many pickoffs with the glimpse and everything. That enabled QO to shine, but still MVP would go to QO for sure. But once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in.